Something has been singing in the ocean since 1989. Not a person, not a machine, a whale. But here is the strange part. Nobody has ever seen it, not once. In 35 years, we only know it exists because of its voice. A sound recorded deep in the Pacific Ocean every single year. Always the same. Always alone. Scientists call it the 52 Hertz Whale. And this is its story. First, let me explain something simple. Whales talk to each other through sound. That is how they find each other in the ocean. That is how a mother finds her baby. That is how a whale knows its family is nearby. Every type of whale has its own sound, its own pitch. Think of it like a phone number. Blue whales have one number. Fin whales have another. And when a whale calls, only whales with the same number can pick up. The 52 Hertz whale has a number that nobody else has. Its voice is higher than any other whale in the ocean. Higher than blue whales. Higher than fin whales. Higher than anything scientists have ever recorded. So when it calls, the sound travels through the ocean for hundreds of miles. And not a single whale hears it. Not because they do not want to. Because their bodies simply cannot pick up that sound. Imagine calling someone on the phone. The call goes through perfectly, but the other person's phone can only receive certain numbers. And yours is not one of them. You are not being ignored. You just cannot be reached. That is this whale. Every single day. For 35 years. Now, how did we find out about it? During the Cold War, the United States military placed hundreds of microphones deep in the ocean. Their job was to listen for enemy submarines, to hear them before they could do any damage. When the Cold War ended, scientists took over those microphones, and they started listening to everything in the ocean. In 1989, they heard something new, a sound they had never heard before. Too high to be any known whale, but moving through the ocean exactly the way a large whale moves. Going north in summer, going south in winter, following the same paths year after year. Something alive, something big, something completely unknown. They checked their equipment 3 times. They compared the sound to every recording they had. Nothing matched. Whatever this was, it had never been documented before. So what do we actually know about how this whale lives? Not much, because we have never seen it. But we know it is big, very big. The way it moves through the ocean tells us it is almost certainly a large baleen whale. Probably close to the size of a blue whale. It eats the way large whales eat. It follows the food. In summer, it goes north. In winter, when those waters empty out, it goes south to warmer seas. Alone. Without a pod, without family, without anyone to travel with. Just the ocean and its voice. We know it sleeps because all whales sleep. They rest near the surface, floating in the dark, breathing slowly. We know it has survived storms. Cold, shipping traffic, the noise of thousands of boats crossing the Pacific every year. And through all of that, it keeps calling. Same sound, same frequency, same patient voice into the same enormous duck. In 2015, a filmmaker named Joshua Zeman decided he was going to find it. He raised money. He put together a team of scientists and sound experts. He got on a boat, and he went out into the Pacific Ocean with one goal. See this whale. Just once. They picked up the signal in the first week. Clear. Strong. The sound was right there in their equipment, moving through the water ahead of them, They followed it for days. At one point, the readings showed the whale was close. A few miles away, maybe less, the ocean was calm. The equipment was working perfectly. They never saw it. Not a fin, not a shadow, nothing. But they heard something else while they were out there. A group of normal blue whales nearby, calling to each other at their regular pitch. And underneath those calls, very faint, very quick, something higher. Was it the 52 Hertz whale? Was it trying to call back to the blue whales, even knowing they could not hear it? The scientists could not say yes for certain, but they could not say no either. And that question stayed with everyone on that boat long after they came home. Let me ask you something. Do you think this whale is lonely? It seems like the obvious answer is yes. It has been calling for 35 years, and nobody has ever answered. Loneliness hurts because we are built to need other people. When we are isolated for a long time, our bodies actually suffer. But this whale has been alive for at least 35 years. It travels. It follows the same healthy patterns as other whales. If being alone was damaging it would not still be out there. So maybe this whale does not feel lonely the way we do. Maybe it calls because that is simply what it does. Just automatic. Just what its body does. Maybe it has been calling its entire life, and it simply does not know that a response is supposed to come. A creature that reaches out every day, not from longing, just from habit, just from being alive. Now, let me tell you about something that happened in 2019. Researchers in the Atlantic recorded something strange. A normal blue whale call, and a second sound. Two voices moving in the same direction at the same time. It would mean the 52 Hertz whale was not alone. Maybe it found something, or something found it. But the signal is still being recorded every year. Still there, still calling. Here is something that most people do not know about the ocean. It is loud. The noise level in the ocean has doubled every decade. Signals get harder to hear. For the 52 Hertz whale, the extra noise changes nothing. It was already unreachable. There is something almost stubborn about that. Something that refuses to stop just because nobody is listening. We think we know the ocean, but we almost missed a whale that has been singing for 35 years. We know its voice is getting lower every year, and we know it is still out there. Maybe that is not loneliness. Maybe that is the most extraordinary kind of persistence there is. Tell me in the comments, does this story stay with you? See you in the deep.